Hi guys, it's your girl Soul's Comforts. How you doing? I hope you're happy and healthy. So I wanted to talk to you about how my day went today, and just to give you a little bit of a glimpse into the first world country that I live in, because some things that I pass through here just make me wanna, but I can't. I hope you all subscribers. If you're not, please subscribe. If you're already a subscriber, welcome back. It's been a minute since I did a video, and let's continue. As I record this right now, I just came home. I actually came home from the emergency room. My eyes are a bit puffy, and that is because I've been doing a whole lot of crying today. Yesterday, while I was working, I think it was around 10ish, 11ish in the night, I started having this immense pain on the right side of my stomach. And I thought that was ovulating because I have hellish ovulation pains, hellish ones. So I just wrote that down to ovulation and I continued working. Then once I was done, I took some naproxen because that's what I use for the pain. I slept at 5 o'clock, but the pain was still there. And then when I woke up, the pain was still there. I actually did a post about having horrible ovulation this morning, but I don't know, for some reason something just felt off. I've had a really bad anxiety filled week, and it's just things were feeling a little bit off. That's what I can say. I decided to start cleaning, and I was vacuuming through the pain, and then the ovulation pain was still there, which is odd because most of the time when I take naproxen it cools off, but it was still there, and it was not so bad, but it was still there. Then I was vacuuming this area right about here. I was bending to vacuum, and this pain hit me like a ton of wood. It was bad. It was bad. It kept me in place for like 10 seconds. I was stuck there. I couldn't get up. And it wasn't the ovulating pain. It was up high where I have the scar. It was so bad. I was dizzy. I sat down on this chair over here because I have a chair over here, and I had to pull myself out of the pain. And every time I tried to sit again, the pain came back, and it was so bad, guys. It was so bad. The room was spinning. I was trying to call for my mom. It was so bad. So I just took a few seconds and I took my phone and I had to call the doctor because I know there's pain. I know it. I've lived this pain, you know. When you've lived something, you know it. So I called the doctor, and that was around 3. Ooh, talk of first world country. That was about 3. You can't walk into the hospital. You have to call and make an appointment. Even when it's an emergency, especially on a Saturday, you can't. I made an appointment and the doctor was to call me back. Actually, the person that called me back was the doctor's assistant. While I was waiting to get a call back from the doctor, I sent a message to my brother and to Mr. And I was like, not to make you panic, but this is happening. So I sent a message. They're calling me. My brother comes by, he brings me food. I was laying downstairs on the couch, just all spread out, because anytime I tried to bend, the pain was just so I was like all stretched out. It's still there. It's not gone anywhere, but it's still there. And now I've shut it off because apparently that's the only thing that I'm supposed to do, but we'll get to that part. So we waited and we waited. I called at 3, like I said. They called me back at 6. By then, Sandrine had randomly passed by. She listened in on the whole phone call, after which my brother came. The doctor did call back, and she was chill. It was a she. She was chill. We got an appointment. My brother just took me there. It's like an hour ago. It was really busy, so I had to wait for another 30 minutes. I go in there, and I explain my history, because that is where I'm coming from. I'm coming from my history. This is a pain that I know because of my history. If it wasn't for that, I would have called this ovulation pains and I would be none the wiser. But we're coming from the history that I know. So he checks me out and everything, and he tells me, because he is the emergency doctor. And as the emergency doctor, he really can't do that much for me because they treat tiny emergencies. They do not do major things. The only thing he can do is take my blood, check for the infection values. If they are high, then he can call the hospital. So guess what? My infection values are at a 27 as we speak, which was shocking to him. He said if they are high, then that will confirm that you have diverticulitis to me, because that is something that you went through. So there will be an infection in your body. So that will confirm it. Now, please help me out. If it says that your infection values are high, what does that mean? Okay, so if they're not high, then you can go home and there's nothing wrong. He got that phone call and I just saw him go like, ooh. And instead of telling me what the values are, he started looking for the specialists, the stomach, liver, and colon specialists. So they're at 27. They're supposed to be under the 10. So 27 is a bit worrisome. So let's call this doctor and see what they say. Fam, the doctor told me to go home and take paracetamol.
Paracetamol mocht je dus voortschrijven boven de 38,5 calorieën en je wordt meer ziek, dan moet je ook niet nagehouden. Oké, is goed.
Because I do not have a fever. I'm not shaking. My body is not showing that I have an infection, yet my blood has confirmed that I have an infection. This one doctor is sitting there telling me this is worrisome. Another doctor is sitting there saying, "Oh no, that's not as worrisome. As long as she's not, having a fever and shaking, she's fine. Let her go home, take a paracetamol." Maybe, just maybe, all these medicines that I take on a daily basis are suppressing the fever and the shivers. Just maybe. What if the fever doesn't show? But my body is like, yo, listen, this shit is something is going on. You need to listen. And I'm listening. But the people that are supposed to listen to me are not listening. But they haven't checked to find out what infection it is. No one has. So I'm home with my paracetamol, waiting for Monday. Because the first person I'm calling on Monday is my physician. If they think I'm going to let this sit, they're wrong. I need you, Bado. I need you. It's sad when you have to fight for treatment in a first world country where you're paying insurance. Well, I was told if I do get a fever and start shaking, I should call